Hey there, my name is Mackenzie and welcome to my little corner of the internet. Today we're going to be doing another, what I've bought recently, my favorite items kind of video, but I'm going to be covering the stuff that I bought between April and today, June 1st, the spring months. I moved back to Japan in April. I've mentioned that in other videos. So I've been buying a lot just to get settled in and stuff. But there's definitely a few things that I've purchased that are fun and that like really stand out to me as good purchases and things that I'm really happy that I bought. So I'll be sharing that with you today. I have everything piled here. We're gonna bulldoze through it because it's 10:18 and I have to leave by 11 to get to school in time. I got 2 tests today. I got a kanji test, a reading test, and then I also have a 3-minute speech that I'm doing today, so I want to get this done and filmed. There's really no other time between work and school that I can film, so I'm trying to squeeze it in here. But okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with stationery because that's a staple. This is probably most of the stickers I've bought since I got here. These washi tapes as well. I've been trying to kind of lay off on purchasing more stationery until I've used up the stuff that I brought with me. Unfortunately, for a few different projects I'm putting together that I will be filming for YouTube, I needed certain color schemes and I didn't have stickers that covered those color schemes or those particular themes. And of course, every now and again I come across stickers that I know are going to be limited time, like these Snoopy ones, for example, for the summer, and I can't resist. And then of course there's a few that I have purchased before that I was repurchasing. It's not too bad really. For June, I'm not buying any more stationery though. I'm on a stationery break. I really love certain ones like the bows, the blue, this one with the flowers, and this one with the cat, black cat. Of course, you guys know me. I saw a black cat, I had to purchase it. I think this is pretty tame for me really, but really though, in June, I'm not buying any more stationery. We're done for now until I've used up what I have. One of the first things I bought when I got here was pre-ordering shigokara pins. The thing with a lot of shigokara goods from a lot of the pop-up stores is they're very generic. They're usually the metal pin badges that are really cheap. And a lot of the time it's the same goods over and over and over again, just being kind of repackaged or resold at a different pop-up at a different event. It's pretty rare to see enamel pins specifically. Like if they're gonna do pins, it's usually the ugly pin badges. I had to grab this when I saw it because I was just like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I love it. It's exactly what I would want, but I didn't realize that they were gonna be as big as they were. I probably should have checked the measurements, but I genuinely thought that they were the size of like the usual enamel pins that are like maybe like a loonie or smaller, but these are quite large. They're like really big and they're heavy actually as well. So yeah, but I look forward to decorating my Ita bag with them at some point, doing a shigokara themed Ita bag, and I'll probably do a video for that, so you'll see that in the future. Recently my class went on a field trip for the spring term and we went to the Edo Tokyo open air architectural museum. I'm a big fan of like historical stuff and old things and antiques and stuff like that, so this was just like incredibly freaking fun. The flower shop had my heart, dude. It was so pretty. I love like old vintage looking like flower shops and little shops like that. Oh, and also the bathhouse was gorgeous as well. That it felt so nostalgic, and I don't know, they just don't make it that way anymore. Like everything's so colorful, and the use of like the turquoise tiles and stuff, like as an artist, it just had my brain buzzing. Like it was just so pretty. As a society, we don't really make things beautiful like this anymore. We don't use color the way that we used to. Now everything's just kind of like boring and like modern looking, and I feel like the soul has been sucked out of stuff. The creativity has been sucked out of things. The police box was really super cool, the way that the police boxes used to look with like the tatami bed. They had like a bed in the back that they slept in. That was the first thing I got to see, was the police box. That was the first thing we came across. I just like, I loved it. You know what I mean? I was like, I freaking love this thing. I'd live here if I could. But yeah, just the architecture of it, right? Everything was so pretty and intricate and creative, and the wood floors in these buildings too were just like stunning. Like, I couldn't get over the wood and like how beautifully crafted it was and shiny, and just like, I don't know, maybe it's my age or something, but like I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like excited by like, oh, look at those wood floors. The stationery store had things hanging from the ceiling for storage, which I thought was like really, really cool. Like, why don't we utilize the ceiling better these days? Maybe it's a fire hazard issue. I wonder. Yeah, I loved that trip. Like, it was a 10 out of 10 kind of day, but I definitely have it on my to-do list to go back. I want to go and sit down and like live paint. I brought all my painting stuff with me to do that, but ultimately didn't have the time to actually do it. We were there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and by the time we like explored everything, we just ran out of time. But as a souvenir at the souvenir store, they didn't, thankfully for me and my wallet, they didn't have like stationery like stickers or washi tape or anything like that. I don't know if sometimes they do, but one of the things that I bought was this little police box replica ceramic piggy bank. It was only 1,000 yen. It's not like it was super expensive, but it's pretty good for the price for what it is. And I just loved it so much. I loved that police box so much. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get this. Truthfully, I've been having a bit of a hard time kind of assimilating this time. My first year, it was like everybody was new in my class, so it was pretty easy to make friends and find people I connected with. And I really had some of the bestest times with some really good people, and I was sort of hoping that this time would be similar, but unfortunately part of this batch of students, everybody knows each other. They've been here a whole year together, and so I'm kind of the new kid amongst them, even though I was here first technically, you know what I mean? But it's sort of a odd situation because I was a year ahead of them. It's like hard to kind of fit in, I guess. Like the first month or so, I really struggled with sort of making friends and getting to know people because everybody has friends already, right? They're already all familiar with each other and comfortable with each other, and they, you know, they're sitting with each other and talking with each other, and they have like inside jokes and whatever else, and I'm just kind of like there by myself in class all the time. You know, when we have breaks and stuff, I'm just kind of sitting there eating by myself. So it's a little bit hard for me to kind of integrate into things and make friends and have things to do with people on the weekends and stuff like that. This trip in particular was really special because I got to actually like get to know a lot of my classmates and kind of laugh and I guess create friendships a bit more. Definitely not like to the point that we're hanging out outside of class or anything like that, but it gave me an opportunity to talk to people, get to know people, have them get to know me. So that was like a really good part of that trip. As for more practical things, but are still really freaking cute, one of the things that I got was a toaster oven. As a lot of you probably, well, you probably don't remember because you haven't seen it yet. I haven't uploaded the Japan Diaries episodes just yet. I'm still working on them. It's in progress. They're coming, I promise. My first year in Japan, I didn't get like a toaster oven or anything, so I was only using a single pot to cook in. And although that does work for the vast majority of things that I would be making, it definitely limited me in terms of what I could make. I couldn't bake anything. Even making toast, I would make toast that way in the pot. But like if you've ever toasted toast that way, you know that it's not quite the same texture, the same consistency. It's not like toast from a toaster. So this time I prioritized getting a little toaster oven, and this one's super cute. I really love its retro design. I love the shape of it. It's not heavy at all, so it'll be easier for me to like move it. If I have to move apartments or something, I can move it easily. Timer goes for 15 minutes and then it shuts off. And pretty much all toaster ovens here are like this to prevent fire hazards of them getting too hot for too long. So I actually really like that though. As someone with ADHD, it makes it easier for me to split things in half. Like most recipes will tell you to like put something in the oven for like 30 minutes and then you stop it halfway and flip it, or you know, judge things around or whatever. And so because it's on a 15-minute timer, it makes it easier for me to know exactly how long it's been in there for. I'm not having to set a timer on my phone and then remember to take it out in time and do it. Like it kind of does it for me. So like I know that the Amazon reviews, a lot of people didn't like that it's only 15 minutes, but like in a toaster oven this small, you're never gonna make anything that will take longer than 15 to 30 minutes to cook. So it's not really that big of a deal. Like it's whatever. And yeah, so far it's been a really great purchase. I use it several times a week and it's really nice to have, so that's a 10 out of 10 for sure. Just last week I got a blender, and this blender is almost the same color, but this one's just slightly different than that one, but they still look good side by side as they usually are on my desk over there. I like it so far. It's definitely not like really powerful. You couldn't use this for like, well, a lot of things. You can't put anything too large in here. I chop everything up really small and make sure that, like, you know, so that it can blend easier, because for a lot of people this thing lasts maybe a year if you're lucky. I would like it to last a whole year preferably. Like if it lasts a year, then that's fantastic, it was worth it. So I make sure to be extra gentle and careful with it, but as you can see it's pretty flimsy. Like this part doesn't like clamp into here or anything like that, so it's really flimsy. Definitely cheaper construction. I would someday like to invest in like a Ninja or a Vitamix or some shit, but like I'm broke. I'm a broke student, guys. I gotta work with what I gotta work with, you know what I mean? For now, this works fine for what I use it for, just like basic smoothies. And this will be really helpful if I'm making sauces or stews, soups and things like that. So I'm really excited that that's gonna unlock a lot of different recipes that I can try that up until now I've been sort of limited, because I also didn't have a blender last time. So I'm excited about those two things. Try to broaden my repertoire of menu options for my weekly meal plan. Speaking of meal plans, another thing that I got was a lunch set. I think it's like technically like 1.5 lunch sets. The great thing about these is that they'll last me a really long time and I can make use of them, not just like for school, but just in my day-to-day life as well. So this set was a limited edition actually, and I checked the website the other day and they have very few items from this set left. So at the time of making this video, you probably can't purchase this yourself now, but the afternoon tea has so many cute things. As you guys probably will remember from past videos, I'm a big afternoon tea fan. Like I love their stuff. They're right up there with some of my favorite Japanese brands, especially for home goods. Every now and again they'll come out with more like new designs and I'm gonna love those designs, and I'm gonna have to fight the urge to buy those. I only realistically need one lunch set, like, so I have to be happy with this one. So I went with this rose set, and the main set was about 5,000 yen, and it came with a set of 4 containers that can be stored within one another for easy storage. Honestly, don't really use these 2 smaller ones very often. I haven't even used this small one yet. I mostly use this bigger one, and this is literally my lunches in here right now. Pistachios, cherries, and a protein bar. Like I don't bring a lot with me. This spoon and chopstick set, and it came with this rose, I think it's 300 milliliter thermos. This will be really helpful for the winter. Bringing soups and stews with me to school. That's another thing I didn't have last time. I just put it off and then never got one. So this time I prioritized that. It's one of the first things I bought as well. And then the other set, again in the same matching series, chopsticks, and this one is about 2 something. It's not a thermos, it's just a container. It wouldn't keep anything warm or cold if you put anything in it, but this bottom part opens up like this, so you can put like soup, stews, whatever in there, and then at the top you can have vegetables, rice, whatever. This is pretty cute. It's a cute compact little case and I just love it, so I'm looking forward to getting to use that. And then of course I got this bag with that first batch for carrying purposes. I'm gonna stick to kitchen stuff for the next thing. But another thing that I wanted to show you guys that were partially more like fun purchases but are also kind of practical is mugs. I've been really into mugs lately. I don't know what's happening, but I got this one at Daiso. It kind of bugs me that the design doesn't go all the way up, but the blue on white kind of china look reminded me of my nanny's plates and her dish set, and so I think just for nostalgia reasons I was hooked, and so I bought this. But I use this mug regularly all of the time. And then this one is currently holding my milk tea and matcha, but it says, "We are off today, welcome to relaxed area," and it's like I think it's a bear who's holding his ice cream upside down and it's like dripping. And then whatever that is, I don't know if this is a cat or a baby bear. Actually kind of looks, I think it's a cat. I think it's a cat. But I got this one from a ceramic artisan shop. Another thing I never got when I was here the first time was a hairdryer. Because I just didn't need it. I have always let my hair air dry, like unless I really needed to. There was only maybe a handful of times, and literally like 5 times in my life, where a hair dryer has touched my hair. As someone with textured hair, I do have curly hair. More like Irish curls, where they're kind of like certain areas are really tight and other areas are more like scraggly. Textured hair is better left to air dry so that it doesn't end up frizzy. However, my first year I ended up with really bad scalp issues. I already had scalp issues prior to this. During my time back in Canada, I found out I have scalp psoriasis, so that's probably what's been plaguing me since my teenage years, but it got really bad. It flared up in the summer. Like, I was itching to the extent that it was genuinely painful, and the flakes were really bad. Took me a long time to realize this, but recently I came to the conclusion that it might. I bought. Okay, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on, let me show you. A hairdryer and a curler. This is a curler and a straightener in one, and this is by Salonia, which is a really well-known brand here, and I would say they're reasonably priced. And this was a limited edition line that they just released in April, just before I came. And I haven't used this much, actually. I did use it once or twice, but so far, I mean, I'm probably just doing it wrong because I'm a fucking noob, but I was having a hard time getting my hair to actually like do anything. I gotta work on that. I gotta practice. I use this every time I shower now because I realized that letting my scalp be damp for long periods is bad. I have seen a significant improvement since I started blow drying my hair. The flakes that I get have significantly decreased. The itching and irritation and the pain has significantly decreased, so that's definitely been helpful. But in Japan, because of how humid it is, especially as we're entering the summer months, my hair normally will take like an hour to dry in Canada, but in Tokyo, it'll never dry because the humidity in the air, there's so much water in the air that there's nowhere for the water to go. So like it's not going into the air out of my hair, it's not drying it, it just stays wet. So I kind of learned the hard way, letting my hair stay wet after I've washed it is not great for my scalp and will make my problems worse. So this is the solution. Also, this will work overseas. That was a huge part of the marketing for this product, was that it will work when you travel. Good peace of mind, and really pushed me to take the plunge and make the purchase, because it's not like I'm only limited to using these in Japan. As with some products, I can use these no matter where I go, so it didn't feel like I was wasting money or anything like that. Next, also in the beauty category, is this. This is a jewelry travel case. I wanted something that I could keep my jewelry in. I thought about like a jewelry box or something like that, especially like the one that I painted with the ballerina a few months ago. The last time I was here, I think I just had my jewelry in like a bag, like a Ziploc bag. I didn't have them anywhere special, but when I saw this on Amazon, I knew that this was the solution, because again, just like with the hairstyling tools, I can use this when I'm traveling. It's easier to carry my jewelry around in something that's literally meant to be a travel case, but it's also good for storage. So all's well that ends well. It's perfect. So this back space here is for necklaces, and these are just like little, I bought these, they don't come with it. They're polishing things to help clean them, so you can get like grime and sunscreen off of your jewelry, because it will decay the fuck out of your jewelry. And unfortunately, I had some really beautiful sentimental items that mattered a lot to me become garbage basically from sunscreen during my first year in Japan, from wearing that more consistently. Then it comes with this like little pouch. I just have my bracelets in there. This is where you put rings, or I guess you could put whatever you want there, but rings technically should go here. This lifts up and has a mirror that you can see it. You can't really see out of it, can you? it's like really blurry. It's just like that. So the mirror is useless actually, you can't see jack shit. And then this is for all of your stud earrings, and some of the ones that dangle too can go here, but I mostly have my dangly ones and my bigger ones in here because I ran out of space. I actually have more jewelry than I thought that I did, and I've been really into earrings and stuff, so I've purchased a few since I got here. I might have to get a second one of these eventually, like down the road. I'm trying to curb my spending lately. It's pretty and it's practical, and I'm gonna be using it for a very long time, so that's another win. And finally, the last thing I'm gonna show you today, I bought shoes. And last time I had 2 pairs of shoes. I had a pair of running shoes that used to be my dance shoes, and they'd never been worn outside. I'd only ever worn them inside for dancing. And then I had my current Skechers that are the brown beige ones. The runners that were from Walmart that were my dance shoes pretty much fell apart within like 6 months. So like the soles literally fell out of them. And then the Skechers have been going on 2 years strong, going on a 3rd year, and I think they'll still last me a year, but like I can feel it in the sole that they're starting to kind of give, you know what I mean? They're kind of on their way out, so I knew I'd have to replace them eventually. So since they had a sale recently, I purchased a new pair, and I went with pink this time, and it's got like kind of like a knitted texture to it. Very pretty, very feminine. Because I ordered them online and I was worried, I actually tried on my shoes because they're the exact same line of shoe, so I was praying that they would fit the same way, and they do, which is good. I have not had very good luck in the past with buying shoes online and them fitting properly, so this was a win. But I haven't worn them yet. I'm waiting a little bit. You know when you get like, you buy something new and you kind of want it to stay in its new state for a while? It's kind of like where I'm at. I would like to buy another pair at some point because their shoes have never failed me. They usually last me like 2-3 years, sometimes 4 or 5 if they're sturdy. So I'll probably buy winter boots from them as that time nears. I'm keeping an eye on their sales to try to get them at a cheaper price. And that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm thinking of trying to do them seasonally, and just sort of a way to share some of my most recent favorite things and stuff that I've purchased that I've been really happy with. Share kind of some interesting stuff I've been up to that doesn't fit into other videos. So you'll probably see more videos in this format every few months. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around here again real soon. I do a lot of art-related videos, but I also do vlogs of my day-to-day life in Japan and videos about my hobbies and interests. So if wholesome, cozy content is your thing, I think you'd like my little corner of the internet. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around here again soon.